Plymouth Fury 1975-78. For the 1975 model year, Chrysler moved the Fury name, which had been part of the full-size C-body Plymouth model lineup during the previous 10 model years, over to the restyled mid-size B-body line, which had been marketed as the Satellite previously. The Roadrunner was offered as the top-of-the-line model of the redesigned Plymouth Fury two-door lineup. Then it was moved over to the Plymouth Volare lineup during the following model year, 1976. The full-size Plymouth, now known as the Plymouth Grand Fury, lasted through 1977. The entire mid-size Plymouth Fury lineup was discontinued at the end of the 1978 model year, replaced in Canada by the rebadged Dodge Diplomat model called the Plymouth Caravelle, not to be confused with the E-body Plymouth Caravelle from 1983 to 1988 and the 1985 to 1988 Plymouth Caravelle for the American car market. During the entire 1979 model year, there were no Fury offerings from Plymouth at all. Only minor styling changes occurred from the 1975 to the 1978 model years, most notably, during the 1977 model year when quad-stacked square headlights, see photo, replaced the previous round dual-beam headlights. The front turn signals, previously on the outboard edges of the grille, were moved over to the cutouts in the front bumper. Tail lights received amber turn signal lenses in place of the previous red turn signal lenses. Various two-door models had no center posts and some of them were true hardtops with roll-down rear windows. Other two-door models had fixed rear windows even though they had no center posts. For the most part, the Plymouth Fury two-door models, during the 1975 and the 1978 model years, were labeled as hardtops. The Plymouth Fury, 1975 to 1978, shared its B-body and unibody structure with the Dodge Coronet, 1975 to 1976, Dodge Monaco, 1977 to 1978, and the corporation's new personal luxury coupe models, Chrysler Cordoba, 1975 to 1979, and Dodge Charger Say, 1975 to 1978. All the four-door models, wagons and sedans alike, continued with the basic body shells, which date back to the start of the 1971 model year, rode on a 118 2,997 mm wheelbase, while the various two-door models, which were restyled with new and more formal sheet metal and roof lines, rode on the 115 2,921 mm wheelbase. Before 1975, the Plymouth Satellite had a 117 2,972 mm wheelbase, while the Dodge Coronet had a 118 2,997 mm wheelbase. For 1975, the mid-size Plymouth Fury had a 117.5 2,984 mm wheelbase and the 1975 Dodge Coronet had the same wheelbase. Before 1974, the Plymouth Fury had a 120 3,048 mm wheelbase, while the Dodge Monaco, Polara had a 122 3,099 mm wheelbase. For 1974, the Plymouth Grand Fury and Dodge Monaco had the same 121.5 3,086 mm wheelbase. Fury was offered in 3 basic subseries for 1975 and sedans and coupes and 2 for the station wagon. The sedan was offered in base, custom and salon models, with interior and exterior trim ranging from austere to luxurious. The salon featured plush velour bench seats with recliners and folding armrest and carpeted trunks, along with a spring-loaded hood ornament with the Plymouth logo. In addition to the Roadrunner, the Fury coupes were offered in base, custom and sport models. The Sport was the top-line coupe featuring body pinstriping on the upper door and front and rear fenders, interiors with all vinyl bucket seats and center cushion and armrest, or optional center console, or split bench seats with armrest, along with plush or shag carpeting on floor and door panels plus lower door carpeting. The wagons were available as either the Fury Suburban or Fury Custom Suburban. Engine offerings included the 225 cubic inches, 3.69 liters, Slant 6 that was standard on all models except Fury Sport, Roadrunner, and station wagons, which came with the 318 cubic inches, 5.21 liters, V8 as the base engine, which was optional on other models. Optional engines on all models included 360 cubic inches, 5.9 liters, and 400 cubic inches, 6.6 liters, V8s with 2 or 4 barrel carburetor, and the 440 cubic inches, 7.2 liters, 4 barrel was only as a police option on 4-door sedans. A 3-speed manual transmission was standard with the automatic torque flight optional. The 1976 model year midsize B-body 1976 Plymouth Fury saw very few appearance changes from the previous year other than the availability of a dual opera window roof on Sport Fury 2-door models. Engine and transmission offerings were also unchanged except that the 362-barrel V8 was now the standard engine on station wagons along with the torque flight automatic transmission, both items of which were optional on other models. The 1977 model year midsize B-body 1977 Plymouth Fury received a new front end with a chrome vertical bar grille and outline along with stacked rectangular headlights. Model and drivetrain offerings were unchanged from 1976 except that the Slant 6 now had 2-barrel carburation replacing the 1-barrel pot of previous years and was now standard on the Sport Fury 2-door models. Optional V8 engines included the 318 2-barrel, 362 or 4-barrel and 402 or 4-barrel. The 444-barrel V8 was only offered in 4-door models as part of the police package. The 1978 model year was technically a midsize B-body car, but the 1978 Plymouth Fury was Plymouth's largest car with the discontinuation of the full-size C-body Plymouth Grand Fury after 1977. Torque flight automatic transmission and power steering were now standard on all Fury models and the same selection of V8 engines was still available. Few appearance changes were made from the previous model year. The 1978 was the last model year for the Plymouth Fury and its Dodge Monaco counterpart, which was renamed as such during the start of the previous model year, 1977, which, in turn, was called the Dodge Coronet, from 1965, 1966 to 1967, 1968 to 1970, 1971 to 1974 and from 1975 on through to 1976, while the former full-size C-body Dodge was renamed the Dodge Royal Monaco during the start of the previous model year, 1977, up until it was discontinued after just one model year. The personal luxury coupes, which were based on the midsize B-body platform, including the Chrysler Cordoba and Dodge Magnum, renamed from Charger in 1978, would soldier on for one more year until they were downsized, and renamed Mirada for the Dodge version. In 1982 the M-body platform used for the Dodge Diplomat and Chrysler LeBaron,